Hello, one and all. Just love firing off those main guns. Anyway, it is I, Badger Wild, and we are back working on the good old Arc-10's build, trying to make a super terrifying yet surprisingly functional warship. And this is what we've basically come up with. So far, this thing has about 4 double barrel cannons on here. I like to call them the Perforator Mark IIs. There's so much power in these things that it's actually pushing the ship backwards when we fire them. If I get 4 more on here, that is going to be ridiculous considering how much these things fire. We get a nice little shot here of them firing off. All that sound from a distance just sounds absolutely terrifying. So here we go. I'm going to be hopping out of this for a moment. We've got our cannonades right here, ready to go. We got 4 of them. I do have to work on some body work to make these things kind of look a little bit more interesting, more like they look like they belong to the ship. We'll worry about that later. Right now, we've got this bad boy over here. And I need to start connecting him to all of these. So I know exactly where to put these darn things. Let's see here. I can see I'm going to have to put a spot here. And I've got to remove some stuff around here. Once again, though, getting on it. A lot of things just didn't happen this weekend. It has been one of those times. So, big storm moves in, causes lots of problems. Turns out I have to go, take care of things during big storm. Makes life very difficult. But I'm hoping I can get back to regular stuff this weekend. Okay, we've got this guy sitting here. Let's go ahead and flip here. And we'll see if I can't access this one. Should be here. Which side am I on here? Is it the right or the left? Let's find out. Okay, this should be the left rear gun. So hopefully I can get this on. If I can get all the guns on, then we can start doing other stuff in the ship. But the guns are going to be the hardest. Now, one of these, and that would be this one. Okay, we've done that there. Now, what I want to do, since, oh wait, nope, can't get out of there. Slip on back here. We'll grab this gun out here just as soon as I get it all reconfigured. And then we'll slap it in there and we'll have a whole nother, like a third more, like one more cannon, basically. So, let's see. How am I going to do this? Salvo Group 4. I want to rename that to Salvo Group 5. I'll delete 4. I wish I could do all this crap at one time. Fortunately, we have all this kind of set up, so it's not that big a deal. Won't be that big of a problem. Let's see. That's done. Now, I should only have to do BLR, which should be fine. bottom left rear. This way, we know where everything is going. That's the problem here. We've got to do all this. Got to do all this. Now, the week after next, or next weekend, I won't be here. I've got some stuff going on. I'm going to try and hook up a couple of things so you guys can see some cool stuff during the day. But ultimately, that's it. I'm probably going to miss the new War Bond because usually about the time it comes out on this month, I'm missing it. So, probably what I'm going to do this week is I'm going to try, and if I am on, which I probably will be in the morning, I'm going to make attempts in the morning, try to do as many super credit runs as possible in the morning. That is something that I'm planning on doing. That way I can get a lot of live streams in for you guys. And I'll have some ship reviews going on. Now, I want to try something out. I've come up with a way of doing thumbnails that's much better in my opinion. That's the thing about running a YouTube channel. You've got to go in there and you got to try all kinds of new stuff. You've got to try new things. You can't run a YouTube channel without trying new things. Because, yeah, something may not work, but if it does work, it means success. All right. That's an entire cannon. Done. All right. That cannon is finished. We're doing exactly what we did before. We're going to copy this bad boy. And we are going to attempt to slap him right there, just as soon as I flip his butt over. What's happening? Why will he not? Why can I not? Okay. I think I have a block in the way. Let's remove that. See what happens here. Well, wait a minute. What have I got a hold of? Hey, it should just slap right on there. I don't know what's happening here. It keeps wanting to go to the back end for some reason. Let's just drop one there. I'm going to copy from here. Why are you doing that? Why are you doing that? You will not just go where I want you to go. Oh, this is annoying. Dang gun will not go where I want it to go. Dadgum. Frickin' gun. Okay, let's try this a second time. Why are you flipping on me? I have it on there. No, I don't think I do. Okay, that is wildly annoying. It is going everywhere but where I need it to go. And I don't know why. This front piece right here keeps trying to jump on there. I don't understand why that's happening. Okay, let's try this one. Let's try this. Let's just grab it from here. Let's see if that doesn't help. Oh boy. It will not stick to that for some reason. What in the world's the problem here? Okay, let's delete that again. Let's grab this one a second time. Let's copy this again. See if this doesn't work. Now, for some reason, it keeps flipping over. And it will not go on. It almost went on there for a second. Why is it avoiding that like the plague? There we go. That has to have done it. Ah, there we are. Cannon on. Dear Lord, that's a pain in the butt. Okay, let's go in here. We're going to get to our programmable block. Let's do this again. We're going to get to the programmable block. We're going to program up a nice, terrifying little cannon. Where's my programmable block? Power. What is it? I think it's automations. Yeah, it's this one, I think. Salvo Group 4, custom data. We have Salvo Group 5. All we got to do now is convert this to true. For those of you that have never used this system, I can give about 1,000 rounds per minute. And let me see, where is our... Why are the cannons off on here? That's what I'd like to know. On. All right. And where is the... Oh, no. Okay. So I have multiple custom turret controllers, and I don't know which one is which. Let's see. TTR, that's the bright green one. What is that? Top TRR. Nope. That ain't gonna work. RR. There we go. TRR. Very nicely done right there. We've got that finished. Let's see. What's the next one? Next lightest green here. Oh, they're all in different colors. Okay, so it's TRFF. So this one should be... That should be TRF. Let's see. The next one's going to be yellow. TLF. Where'd it go? Next one's going to be this one. TLR. And then the final one here, LR. All right, now let's go down here. We've got to set up some stuff. Okay, so first our azimuth. That'll be bottom left. And then bottom left rear. We don't have a camera on these because we don't really need them. And then we're going to get down here. We're going to grab this down on our stuff until I find the last BLR. Add all of those. Enable AI. Let's control that bad boy. Let's see how she does here. Oh, I can't really see that. Okay, yeah, I see it move. Let's pull it out here. Fire. Oh, nice. Nice, nice, nice. Okay. And pull back there. Number 3. Oh, it's getting more powerful. It is becoming more and more powerful. I wonder if I could, let's go ahead and test this thing real fast. throw ourselves at a target here. What do I want to use as a target? We need batteries. We need batteries. Let's grab some batteries here. Nice little wall of batteries here. All we're going to do is we're going to reset these to pirate. Space pirates. Main guns just said F you. What is going on here? Shit. Nope. 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 No. 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 We're going to exit to main menu and not save. Okay. Let's go back here. That didn't go over the way I hoped it would. Okay. We've got to limit the downward angle of those guns. Yeah. Okay. Apparently I have this set up to where I can destroy grids. I didn't know I had that set to that, which creates its own issues, honestly. I'm gonna take these hinges here. I'm gonna limit their fire rates. I'm gonna limit their depression because, dear God, they'll get depressed and start killing the shit. Okay, hinge, 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 hinge. Where are my hinges? Hinge, 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 hinge. Okay, they all should be the same. All right. Let's see. 8 depression there. Should help. Let's grab hold of one of these. I'll tell you what. Before we do anything stupid, eh? Hold up now. Why will you not let me copy this? My control button is not working for some reason. What is the correct? The frick? Okay, let's head over here real quick. Let's see, and no, my ability to copy and paste has been taken from me. What in the heck has happened here? That's a new one. Dog Soldier, but we are good at stupid here on the Badger Wild channel. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. Um, I don't understand what's happening here. I was gonna test this thing. Okay, I can delete an object. Okay. For some reason, the copy feature is messed up. I can't copy crap anymore. Okay, we'll just do this then. This will be kind of scary. Okay. There we go. Now I'll just post another one over here. because I want to see how bad the limitations of the guns are going to be. Ooh, need to limit that downward depression a little bit more. Because I bet you. I bet you in that thing. There we go. Now that shouldn't be an issue anymore. All right, I can delete this one, I suppose. We should be able to do our little stress test one more time. Let me go here and make sure. I don't know. I don't think all these guys' systems are on. Because not every one of them tried to attack. Let's see. Controls, controls, controls. Turret control, turret control, 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 control. Uh, well, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna look through this until I find out which one of these has AI on or not. Enable that AI. All right, let's go on through here and enable AI. And let's see, AI is enabled on that one. Very nice. Very nice. Let's see. Where's the... Oh, I did not get this one figured out. Okay. Bottom left. Bottom rear. Get those weapons. Enable AI. And now for this one. All right. Enable AI. Let's try this little experiment again. Reload the game is my advice. Yeah, think we get a proper trench broom in the superstore for Helldivers 2 New Trench Warfare Warbond? Possibly. Possibly. I think we'll get something cool. All right. We're just gonna make this big old giant cube. Just a big cube to shoot at. Because batteries are always fun to shoot at. Well, it's not totally a cube, but it's nice and thick, and it'll attract a lot of attention. Mm. Oh my god, it is firing so fast. It's taking time for the game to recognize the ricochets off of it. Something is getting absolutely wrecked by this thing. I don't think it's gone far enough away. Oh, those were just straight up ricochets that came off. Oh, nice. Well, that cube's floating off into space, where it belongs. Those guns work absolutely beautifully. Let's see, I may need to limit some of the turn radius of these so they don't just happen to turn in the same direction as the other one and just start unloading on each other. Because the cool part about this is the ship will be able to turn its turrets in all directions, but it won't be able to accidentally catch itself. And now the guns can actually stop. So I can just dip the ship down and I can put about 4 guns onto whatever I want, or turn it and put 4 guns in that direction. So you're getting 4 guns regardless. Straight off in front of you, I might could probably put a few more down if I were to elevate these a little bit more and do some more crap with them. But that's neither here nor there. Let's go ahead. Let's see. I need to put those changes into this turret. I need this turret to stop. There's the hinge. I need the lower limit to stop at about, what was it? 0? Yeah, we'll 0 it in. So 0 is where the lower limit is going to go. So once this thing goes in there, it'll only go to like 0. So now for the next turret. I need to delete a big hole. I'm gonna have to do this anyway, so it's not a big deal. Okay. That should do it. I think. Alright, now first things first, I need to grind that down so I can see what I'm doing. There we go. Now I know what I'm doing there. And of course, as usual, I have an access point right here. All right, Advanced Rotor 3 is going to be called, all right, we've got that set up. Add the rotor head to there. So we got regular rotor head going on. And then just weld it back up. Now, the next thing is, since this is left, bottom left front, we need to add that to this thing. So as you make modifications, it's always a good idea to put like modifications back in the deal. Is that moving? Please tell me that's not moving. Okay, it's good. Delete that general direction. Yes. Yes, that's exactly what this thing does now. It deletes a general direction. Think about your little ship. Okay, what am I doing here? Like I said, we got to make sure everything is correct. What the? Okay, we got to put this also salvo group 6. So it's not confused with any other salvo group. Otherwise, we're going to have problems. And we get to rename all this crap again. My gill for a mass copy paste button right now. It just gets more and more powerful the more we build. The more terrifying it's going to become. And I may have to go back into all this and readjust those rotors. Just so we can hammer away at some problems. But yeah, I'm gonna be doing a lot more Hell Divers to try and get ready for that war bond, so that when we get there, it won't be that much time I gotta do. I'm already up to 240 super credits, but I haven't done a whole lot of work. If I spend a little more time on it, the problem is sometimes in the mornings I've got to do editing and things of that nature. Okay. All right, here we go. We have everything ready. Let's go ahead, since I know these are usually off, turn them all back on. All right, here we go, boys. Let's copy. Hey, my copy function's back up and running again, folks. All right, we're gonna strap yet another cannon to this thing. For the Republic, boys, we've got another perforator Mark II for the Republic, if it will go on. I see I can get it on there, but apparently I've got some blocks in the way. So let's go ahead and get out of that. Let's grab one of these. I think I'm going to have to delete some stuff over here. It's amazing how much crap I got to remove in order to get from point A to point B. All right, we're going to do this again. Number V. Boom. Brand new perforator. Mark II. Added to the system here to provide massive firepower for the Republic. And I think I'm going to do a, I think the next bit of, let me think here. I think the next bit of, all right, one of these should not have, it'll be this one. Okay, bottom left front, just like I want. Let's see, where is it? Where is it? Hinge. Bottom left front, just like I want. And there's all my good stuff right there, right where I want it. All that's on. Let's enable that. Turn on control. That seems impressive right there, but that's a nice amount of firepower. As the little lady says, not bad, not bad. All right, kid, let's see what you can do. And that's where we're going right now. Let's see what this kid can do. Number 6, we're going to add him. True. We're going to give him about 1,000 rounds per minute. All right. See how this goes. Oh God, we have a lot of firepower. Oh shoot, that is just nightmarish. The amount of guns that are going to be coming up on this thing to unleash. That is a heck of a cruiser. I'm gonna have to perfect this a little bit more and actually put it into an actual working cruiser style. If I were to do that though, I would probably use a stair step system and provide a lot more coverage so that my guns can actually maneuver a little bit more or a little better. But right now, I'll just go right ahead here. And let's see, I think I got most of these on. Lower that down as low as we can get. All right. Commander, you may fire when ready. We are practically flying the ship with just sheer firepower. Oh, that is a nightmarish amount of firepower right there. I love it. I love every minute of it. Like I said, we just got to modify a little bit of this so it doesn't actually kill the other units. So the cannons are just going to be firing into targets as it gets close. And with the decoys in the front, once we get within range, this will be the first area that gets targeted. And then these cannons will basically start making short work of whatever's out there. So not a bad deal. Not a bad deal at all. It's working out pretty darn well, I would say. Let's see here. Let me check something real fast. Not bad. We're about halfway done. So let's check the next position. Yeah, I'm probably going to brutally, if you guys want, I will literally take everything I've got. I've learned at least. Playing Space Engineers. Oh no, that wasn't supposed to happen. What did I delete here? What did I delete? I deleted something. Ah, I see what I did. I messed up. Hang on. Let me number 7. I don't know where I can fix it. I can fix it. If I can remember how. There we go. There we go. We just grabbed one thing and deleted way too much in that little run. Nothing to worry about. Nothing to worry about. There we go. Now all I got to do is just same thing we did before. All right, advanced rotor incomplete. We have that right here. Let's see. What are we naming this guy? Two. There we go. We've got all that figured out there. We're gonna add a rotor head so we can get along with it, and I'm gonna weld this bad boy back up. Now I've got 2 more cannons to put on here, and then we are basically done with all the heavy cannon work. I've got to put all these cannons together, set up all their systems, and I think I'm also going to have to go in here and fix all these turret control blocks that I got going on right here. Okay. Okay. I think all I have to do is just change this to right. Like this. Salvo group 7. Delete 6. And then from here, good Lord, I'm gonna have to go through all this crap a second time. Now, why do we do this? Does anyone know? Do you know why we do this? Do you know why you go in here and you label everything when you're making custom turrets? If you set, whoop, that ain't right. I ain't got a BBF. It's big, beautiful something right there. But I don't swing that way, so we're going to leave it at that. We label all this stuff because if you're starting to put it into the turret control block, it is so much easier. Simply have this crap labeled so you don't have to deal with it later. Going to put any arty turrets on it for the 2-kilometer engagement. I don't know if it needs it. That's the thing. I don't know if this ship really needs it. We are going to be able to send out small fighter craft to an extent. So like I said, I don't know if it's going to need it. It's fast enough to be a brawler, I think. And with the, what just happened there? There we go. We're almost done here. We're almost done. This is the tedious part of this crap, is doing this nonsense. Oh, we are done. All right. That's finished. Let's go ahead and grab this here and press C for copy. And here we go. Once again, we are putting yet another heavy cannon onto the Arctens. She's a big ship. Eh. What is stopping me here? That should not happen. It's in my way. Ah, I see what it is. That was in my way? Really? Oh. Let's see how. Oh, yeah, I see. Alright, let's do that. And V. Booyah, she's in place. There we go. One more, boys. One stinking more. Okay, going to K menu here. And let's see. Custom turret controller. It'll be the one, probably the red one. Nope. There it is, right here. So it should be bottom right forward for the azimuth. And for the top right forward for the... And then we're going to have to get to the top left or top right. That's what it's going to be. All right, let's see how this shoots. That is not right. It's not right at all. That ain't supposed to happen. Oh, I Put the wrong one in there. Oh, I'm stupid. Remove that. Okay, it's got to be B. So bottom left. Bottom left. There it is. Wait. Brick. I messed up. I messed up. I messed up. It's the wrong one. Top. Top. Nope. 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 There we go. Bottom right. What did I put in here? Okay, we've got a couple of things wrong here. All right, bottom right there. That's where I messed up. I put the wrong one in. Okay, where are you? Okay, bottom, 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 bottom. There we go. While I'm at it, let's just find that little automation program at walk while we're at it, and we'll just take care of that joker right now. It's here. We're going to put that as true, and we are going to do that, so that when I fire this bad boy, things are gonna get funky. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Watch this nightmare firing again. Let's do that without all the HUD stuff. Wow, it is literally taking time. What is the line from Battleship? Let's drop some lead on them SOBs. I can't imagine taking on like a regular ship with this thing. All the bad guys are sitting there like, yeah, we can take that thing, get smoked by most of the guns. What the frick was that thing? I was thinking you slope mount arty turrets on the side with subgrid hinges. I don't know. We might do that. We might could do that. The advantage of these turrets though is I've got my turret controller inside this nightmare. Oh, that's amazing. I love that. Oh, let's take that up just a little bit so we don't lose our ship. It sounds like it's just making... It sounds sci-fi as heck right now. It's amazing. I love it. Okay, we got one more to put in here. And I'm thinking... Let's see here. Okay. That's what we gotta do next. We just got one more, boys. One more and this thing will be done. One more. And the entire galaxy will bow to the awesome power of this fully operational battle station. Oh, yes. Yes, 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 yes. That's wonderful. All right, let's find an advanced rotor here because I know I got one somewhere in this little stack. Number 4, advanced rotor. This should be the, and I shouldn't do anything extra with this. Should be the only one that isn't labeled. So it should be. There we go. All right, we have the perforator Mark II. Ready to go. Now all I gotta do is just go back, relabel some stuff. And this very last turret will be done. Boy. This will be the 8th one of these that's on here. There we go. And we're going to make this the final salvo group 8. Take that one, and now we go on the wonderful trip of putting an R everywhere. But yeah, I'm more than willing to build a pure combat ship just for fighting other combat ships. Because I think that can be done pretty easily. Because normally I try to make artistically sound stuff, but if you're wanting to see what a pure like functional warship would look like in Space Engineers, nope, that would be something I could do. I might do that for the next round of this nonsense. And it'll have to be built a specific way because you're gonna need. What did I do there? Did I put an F there? I'm making this take longer. All right, there we go. That's number 2. Or number 8, actually. Coming over here. That's going to basically end all of the turrets. Oh, come now. What is in my way? Booyah. Heck yeah, the main guns are now on the Argotens. We have a full amount of weaponry going. Does the ship move when all the guns fire? Yes. Yes, it does. If I fire all the guns, this is coming in from Zavdis. Yes, it does. When you pull the trigger, all of these guns firing at once provides a slight amount of thrust. Mostly I have the thrusters in the back kind of fighting against it when it fires, but it will actually push the ship back. Actually, I'll show you here in a second. Let me get all these up because we're going to have enough guns here to make this thing push backwards. Let me hop in here. Now, which turret controller is it? This one. Okay, we need bottom right. There should be two. Top rights. Wait a minute. What in the heck? There's a top right. There's a bottom left. Is that? Am I punking myself or something? Ah. Maybe. Alright, bottom right rear hinge. Bottom right front. Bottom right rear. And then we just got to find the BRR. Oh crap, I did that wrong. Enable AI, control. As you can see, if you're all watching at the moment, you can kind of see. Let's go ahead and turn this thing a bit, shall we? So you can see this thing in the light. As I flip the Architens over, you can see this is our normal fire rate. It's not that impressive. It's 180 rounds a minute. However, if I go in here and I find the automation programmable block, I go into custom data, and I find fire rate 8. I can add true, which activates this system. And then we can turn 180 into 1,000. It's actually quite impressive. Let's see how it reloads. It's actually got a few rounds that need time to reload back up. Let's see what happens here. Oh, it's actually doing stuff. You can see though it is. Actually, let me do this. Let me do this. I'll turn this thing so you can see. Probably can see where this is in conjunction to the square that's on the base. Now, watch very closely when I activate all these guns. You can see we're kind of moving back. Even with the thrusters on, this thing has a certain amount of firepower that can, it'll still push it. It also was a good looking ship too. Could you imagine that thing coming in there and just deciding, yep, everything in that general direction needs to be deleted? Drift back a smidge. Yeah, it does. It has enough thrust engine-wise to stabilize it, so no. If we were to, well, let's see what happens here when I turn off the engines. Why'd I do that? Let's put all those in a group. Okay, let's hop out of here. Let's go on G, groups. Toggle the lock on and off. Yeah, you can see it moving back now. Without the thrusters, it just goes. You see, we're just slowly picking up speed. I'm gonna turn on number 6. Just power back on. And this Architens has enough power to get itself where it needs to go. And like I said, it's pretty darn maneuverable. It can get into some tight spaces. This is something you roll up in. It's gonna look pretty when it comes up, and it's gonna be just as deadly. You're kind of gonna want to turn it into a target a bit as you do a flank. That way, most of your guns will just turn and lock on and just start opening up. But it works out. It works beautifully. It is a tight little killer ship. Now there are some things I will have to work on. I've got the wrong system right here on this end. Now we're gonna have to start adding some stuff. So I need to probably take all of these rotors here and give them a bit of a lift, so I can easily get stuff into them. Let's in here. Advanced rotors, all of which I'm going to rotor displacement them a little bit. There. Put that right up there. See what that does. Yeah, that'll be fine. Now, whew, now I got to start building the platforms for these things so that it all looks nice and fancy and doesn't at all look like I just kind of went through there and just started ripping things apart just so I could shove a couple nice big guns on here. Probably pretty unnoticeable when you're moving. Yeah, it's not going to really affect your ship that much. But one of these guns, it's just basically 9 assault cannons with a salvo script and hooking them up. We actually use one of these in on one of our ships in the Pirate series, which is much later on. If you want to help out the channel and you want to see, you want to binge that, that's like 30 something episodes, and I've got 2 more episodes coming out. And in one of those episodes, we have a smuggler NPC try to attack the base, and he basically gets bodied by the bounty, one of the bounty's perforator Mark 1s. These are Mark 2s. They have, let me think here, I want to say 18 cannons on these. The perforator Mark, and they fired 1,000 rounds a minute. Perforator Mark 1 has 9 assault cannons and hits you at about 500 rounds per minute. So it's a much lower fire rate. It does not take but about 10, 20 seconds, I want to say. And that NPC ship is done. It is done. It is still shooting, but he's just drifting away. Like, yeah, he's Homer Simpsoning back into the deal. Morgan Trial, hello there. How you doing? Are you going to give the turrets a barbette? Explain a barbette. I don't know what that technically is. That's something I ain't never heard of. That may be my dumb self never hearing it. But yeah, right now I need to... Oh, what have I got to do here to make this all work? I need to go in here and I need to set the mirror tool, obviously, so that I can start... I can just do one side of this ship and basically finish most of it up. There's that mirror tool, that mirror, and we're done. Now then, because these guns are on the same axis, it should not take long to fix them up. I wouldn't think it would. All right, it's still light armor, so it's still going to work. And I need to cover this area up anyway, because holy crap. Need this thing to be as airtight as possible. Cannot lose a ship because we're not airtight enough. That will not go well. Boom. You can see over here, we're actually solving this problem on two fronts. Actually, no, we're solving it on four fronts. So when I do that, the mirror tool, this is why mirror tool is so much fun to use. Mirror tool will allow you to do a lot of cool stuff in game. You'll be able to cover a lot of interesting things up. So now our turrets are really well covered up. We're going to be able to set those in there real good. Barbette is a protective circular armor support for the heavy gun turret. Oh, well, yeah, why not? Let's do that. That sounds like a great idea. Let's see. How are we going to make that work? I'm going to make that look good. First off, let's delete that. Um, hmm. First off, let's add some stuff in a semicircle here. And bear with me, folks, because sometimes I get concepts really well, and sometimes I'm just all lost. Let's do. Let's do this. I want to say. Let's try this method. And then we'll just add number 3. We'll just spin that around there and add that in place. That way it looks good. Then that'll work there, I suppose. We'll delete those two sections. I'm going to add that here. See if I can do this. We're going to see if I can do it. It looks like it might be doable. Boom, check that out. I don't know if that's what y'all were thinking. That's looking pretty good on my end. There we go. Sometimes that's all you gotta do, just make some modifications to it. So there you go, Barbette. I don't know if that's what y'all were thinking, but it's what I'm coming up with. There, and let's see what else we can do. Boom. As I did that there, it should be on top too. What do y'all think of that? The the barbettes. Y'all think that might be working? Davis, Wikipedia, barbette is a protective circular armor support for a heavy gun turret. This evolved from earlier forms of gun protection that eventually led to the pre-dreadnought. Nice. Trinity, how you doing? We're all doing good right now. Looks like you're off to a good start with a barbette. Yeah, that actually was a great idea. I'm glad we came up with that. I'm glad Davis mentioned that because that actually makes it look better. So we have something that looks like rounded armor on the thing, and it kind of breaks up the ship a little bit more. I'm actually enjoying that. It was a good idea, and Badger liked it. Let's see if I can make this work a little bit more in my favor. I'm going to add some stuff here. Let's see here now. Boom. That all kind of ties in a little bit better. There. That's looking even better. Now we just got to do the same thing to this nightmare. Oh, that's going to be interesting to pull off. The barbettes are not going to be the same on this end. Let me tell y'all right now, it ain't going to be the same. I'm going to have to come up with a different barbette for these here. Oh, that's not going to end very well. Okay. Do that there. I forgot this is a half block area. This is going to be fun. I'm going to have to make this. I'm going to have to figure out how to make this with half blocks. With a half block system so that I can keep it all airtight. Let me think here. Maybe we'll have to do a smaller barbette, maybe. Yeah, we've got that there. Let's go to 3 here. And number 5. Okay, that would almost work. There we go there. There's that. We're going to have to, like I said, we have to angle this one a little bit more. It's just not going to, we're not going to be able to get that air tightness we want. When you forget you've already got that selected. That's ultimately what happened right there. When I forget, I already have it selected. Let's see. We're just going to have to run a line of these bad boys through here just to cover that area up nice and neat. And then something right in there. I'll figure that out later. That'll be pretty protected right there, and they should be able to turn easily. At least you would think. let's see. What else we got? Okay, I think I can put one here. Slap another in there. And that will about finish up the way those turrets are supposed to look. I need to remove some of this stuff so we got nice, clean sight lines, which annoys me a little bit. But it'll work. It'll work. It'll work. So now we're just looking at a monstrous little ship right now. That needs a couple of blocks here, but that's about it. There we go. Ladies and gentlemen, the Architens is sitting there with most of its main guns intact. Oh yeah, it's looking awesome right now. Let me look here. What people are saying. Make a half block sloped transition to a full block barbette. Yeah. I've kind of got a small mini barbette down there. I think I like the back ones. If I'd known I was going to use a barbette, I would have probably modified this design a little bit more so it would have worked a lot better. But unfortunately, it doesn't always work out that way. So this is what I'm stuck with right now. Ah, good lord. So we've got 4 regular barbettes and 4 light barbettes. Theoretically, I could probably mount some type of railgun in here. But also, I've got this nice big area. I'm trying to figure out what I can do with this nightmare right here. It's a pretty big room. And I got to cover up some rooms too, complete the airlocks. There's just a lot of work needs to be done to this ship. And I've just been having a tough time getting to it. Yeah, it's just those hectic work days, you know. You get out there, you do your best, you get done. Your best is just not good enough sometimes. Alrighty then. Yeah, that's turned out great. Yeah, sucker's looking amazing now. With its backward nacelles and everything else. It's looking very impressive, looking very terrifying too. Looks terrifying when it opens up and fires on everything. But yeah, I think we're gonna make a I am gonna try and make some kind of destroyer. I'm gonna try and use a few of the tricks that I've currently got to make a very durable destroyer somehow. Eventually. Not right now. Not right now. It's been a long night. It is almost time for me to get to bed, and I've got I got to run some stuff for my kid tonight, so she can have clothes tomorrow. Some because the wife she ended up working really late, and so I've got to be her hero, baby. Like that Ricky Iglesias song is. But yeah, that's working out pretty good. We got the barbettes. We actually got more done than I thought we would. Last night or the last time we did this, it took almost an hour, and we got all the top turrets on. Tonight, not only did we get the bottom turrets on, but we also managed to complete the skit of the ship. So it's looking amazing right now. And I'll be sure to put this on the workshop so you guys can play around with those giant cannons. I am going to do some type of museum that I can start building up. Some type of museum where I'll figure out how to set. I'm going to start really dedicating factional stuff to the faction or the pirate faction we got. You'll get to see the Mako. You'll get to see ships that we are actually using. We are using the Gladius, so anything used in a pirate's life is going to be canon for the faction. So the Gladius is canon. Um, the perforator cannons are canon. We're gonna try at some point. I'm gonna try and build a Mark III variant for a big, heavy battleship, so we can just pound away with it. I'm also going to try and build. We're also going to have the Mako in there, so you guys can go in and check out the Mako missile. It'd just be like a nice little museum and whatnot. Have all kinds of cool stuff in there. A couple sound blocks so that everything sounds, you know, perfect. Make it all sound good. Make it all look good. Looking forward to seeing it messing. Looking forward to messing with it a bit. Yeah. When we get done with this, I'm gonna turn on encounters, and we're gonna jump this thing into a Factorum fight and see how it handles just any Factorum vessel. We'll probably pound away at whatever's out there at a distance with these main guns, and then I will move in and take out whatever is in the general vicinity. I do want to set up the turrets to where I can set them to target something specific. So, because like with the Factorum, if you're fighting with the Factorum, there are certain systems on the ship that you want to take out that you don't, and there are certain systems you don't want to hit, i.e., some of those ships have really good power systems, some of them have really good propulsion. So you want to target something specific on that ship to take it out. You don't want to hit like what is it, the Factorum's big mover ship in the engine because that one big engine you could probably take it and put it on like a bigger ship sometime. So that's one of the things you can do with it. And like I said, I'll be we'll be hitting that with one of these. Also, if you guys want to help the channel out, you want to support, easiest way to do that: like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell for notification so you guys know when I put up videos, and y'all can get on here and check out these live streams. I will do them as often as I can. We also do Helldivers live streams where I just run around and grab super credits and try to, keep up with all the monthly releases or every so many months that they release them. And also, Space Engineers is getting a new update, and I think that update is coming out on the same week that I'm not going to be around. I'm going to go talk. I'm going to go see some family. So I'm not going to be here to do that, but I am going to put up a couple of videos. I've got a few videos set up for next week. I believe they are already uploaded. I'm going to try and get a few more uploaded and done. And maybe I can get all of our Pirates Life stuff done. I plan on running that at least this Saturday too. So for those of you that are wondering what a Pirate's Life is, it's so far 30 something episodes of me and the guys just doing pirate things. We're jumping ships. And it's not the minuscule, it's not the mundane stuff of us going and getting things. If there is, I'm showing off like something new that we're messing with or something new that we're doing, or we are just straight up fighting bad guys. So you'll see me probably upgrading a ship. The last two episodes that I've got to upload and set up, they are going to have us. It's going to be me. The first one's going to be me and the guys just working. I'm going to be adding guns to the Bounty, which is a ship we have stolen. You can go in and watch. You can see the Bounty. Because every time I work on the Bounty, I try to do something like when we're doing a lot of talking. So it's not boring. I don't want it to be boring. I want it to be entertaining. And while you do that. Now, for those that are wondering how to watch all this stuff, it is not completely locked behind a paywall because I kind of got into it with someone, and they did not realize how that was run, and kind of got a little irritated at me because I'm not going to name names, but they got mad at me because they realized I had a paywall system set up, and they didn't like the fact they didn't like that, and they accused me of paywalling content. And I said, no, I don't paywall the content. I paywall early access. So everything will eventually come out when y'all want to see it. You can just sit back and wait every Wednesday. At least I think so. Some people told me that some of the Wednesdays have skipped, but every Wednesday will be a new episode of A Pirate's Life. If you want to watch all the Pirate's Life, it's 99 cents a month, and y'all become the fellow engineer. And I am in the process of figuring something out. I am fixing to be talking with some of the guys, and we're going to be coming up with something cool at some point. I don't know. I kind of want to build a couple of specialized ships and do a Star Wars mission with some mods and invite the membership on. but I want to do that with a server, and that's the thing. I'm shopping servers right now. So once we get a good server going, we're going to be grabbing y'all, throwing you in. Just grab a couple of good ships off the workshop, and then we're all just going to hop in there and just do some fun stuff. So yeah, like I said, that and what that does is it just helps out the channel. Like I said, I recently monetized the channel because um lost some equipment at some point, just broke down. And the second time I managed to find the money to fix it. Um, no, that's not what happened. That was the second thing that happened. And y'all managed to do enough work onto the channel. Y'all provided enough views and stuff that I had the money to replace a headset that broke down. The first time that happened, for those of you that are wanting some lore, the I downloaded a game that wasn't on Steam, and it fragmented my computer real bad. And so my computer was in the process of fixing to break down. So I had to shut down the channel for about 2 months while I reset the computer and tried to remember how I put all my settings in. And I had to go from top to bottom and reset the entire computer. But the whole time I'm doing that, I was sitting there thinking, what happens if the computer just dies? Because then the PC dies. How am I going to replace it? And so that's what this has been for. It's basically the monetization of the channel is just to keep the lights on here. That's what it does. If something breaks, I can fix it. I can replace it. So small stuff can be replaced, keyboards, things like that. I am currently trying to build up some funds, and part of the way that if I want to get more money, I got to provide more value to y'all. So it helps keep me honest as I'm working on this. Let me see through here. Davis, I'm mainly curious on how my own ships fare against the Architens. Oh yeah, that's perfectly fine. You can once I get this thing put up there. Also, there's other things I got to put up. I forgot. I had to look at it, and I completely forgot to put the mammoth tank up on the workshop. I need to put him up there. I've got him painted. I need to put the mammoth up there, and I'll put the gold mammoth up there too once I paint it. But yeah, like I said, the that just helps out. But if y'all want to support the channel, the easiest thing you can do, just watch the videos, watch the live streams, just generally just be entertained. That's all y'all have to do, and you will basically help the channel out tremendously. This month, I will say this right now, I'm really happy with y'all. We got a bunch of new people watching, so if y'all made it this far, I'm gonna glaze y'all a little bit. The last couple live streams that I've done have really was I'm gonna let y'all in a secret. The things got a little tight over at our house, not money wise, but mentally. And the thing that has kind of kept me doing live streams is the last couple of live streams that I've done have hit almost 100 people viewing them. Which for me, I've never had a live stream go over 100. So now the live streams are going over 100, and we're getting people in. I think it's because one, I've got clear, consistent content months in advance that y'all know is going to be here, and then the live streams are entertaining because I'm sitting over here working on ships. Who doesn't like Star Wars? I'm building a Star Wars ship. I mean, Disney may have crapped the bed on it, but hey, we can still make some cool shit. We can still do some cool stuff with Star Wars. And I don't know, they may be fixing all that. I don't know. I'm hoping. I'm praying. I'm hoping. By the way, also for those of you that don't know, I want to make sure I say his name correctly. I know his name, but I need to make sure. Tamira Tamirison. I'm hoping that is how I say his name. He has played the clones, Jango Fett, and Boba Fett. And he is trying to get back into doing Boba Fett now because they've got new people running it and things are looking really good. And I'm kind of the mindset if y'all want to get on Disney and just go over their site, be respectful, but tell them you want to see more of the Book of Boba Fett and you want to see Boba Fett himself. Okay, be specific because we want to see more Boba Fett. I love Boba Fett. Me and my kid, we have the X-Wing miniatures game, and I have Boba Fett, and I'm only allowed to use Boba Fett's ship. I'm only allowed to use a Slave One with Boba Fett once every other game. If I win the game with Boba Fett, I can't use Boba Fett in the next game we play. So my kid has a rule on that. We can't do that. She has the Millennium Falcon She has the Millennium Falcon and a whole bunch of B wings and a bunch of A wings and everything else. And I still end up causing her problems with Boba Fett. She has to. The only way she can win is she's got to concentrate everything on Slave One to try and kill it. I love Slave One. That's the coolest ship, and it's better than. I would rather have that. If I get back into Star Wars Galaxy, the Slave One is going to be the ship I'm going to be pushing for. That's the ship I'm going to be operating out of if I get on there. Star Wars Galaxies is That's another thing. Star Wars Galaxies is coming back. The fans are basically bringing that game back from the dead, and it looks amazing. My biggest problem right now is I'm trying to figure out how to have time between Helldivers, Space Engineers content, and work so that I can go over there and actually play some of that a little bit and have some fun. But I haven't been able to figure out how I would get the time for it. Them's the breaks. Them's the breaks, ladies and gentlemen. That's just the breaks of everything. It makes things difficult. But yeah, uh, like I said, got a lot of work done. It's mostly now just interior stuff. That's what we're going to be working on now. Maybe some guns on the side. I think I do want to put some PDCs or point defense guns on the blade section around the edge. I think we're going to put maybe two so we can maintain a whole lot of firepower coming off of it. I don't know. We may just do custom turrets, probably just some baseline ball turrets, because I don't see the reason to do anything really crazy. And then, I don't know, we may take Dog's design idea and slap on maybe two artillery guns in the front. The problem I have with doing that is those are the first things that are going to be targeted instead of the decoys, and I want the decoys to get targeted. And this is more than enough firepower. If you're turning the ship and maneuvering, the decoys will throw enough of the enemy fire off that these guns can get close enough and hitting. It's like a 500K difference. So these can easily get in range, I think. And the Arc-10s is supposed to be like supposed to be like a rusher kind of cruiser. It's a light cruiser. It's supposed to get in there real fast, hit hard, and get out. So maybe we can do that. Maybe we can do that. But anyway, yeah, that's where I'm coming from right now, and I am tired. It is almost 12 where I am. Thank you all for watching, and I'm gonna let y'all go since I'm not gonna build anymore. And like I said, if you do check out A Pirate's Life, we've got a bunch of episodes already up if y'all want to binge it. So we're far enough in now. I think y'all could start. Anyone can start binging the episodes up to a point, and then those of y'all that want to become members, like I said, 99 cents a month, y'all can binge all the way past episode 30, and you can see all the cool stuff that we're doing, all the shenanigans we're getting involved in, and it's working out pretty good. Anyway, once again, I am Badger Wild saying stay safe, stay frosty, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye for now.